Hello and welcome, beautiful souls. I have this incredible pull to share my story with you all. I honestly don't know where to begin, but most importantly, I have no idea where all of this will lead. I had this very spontaneous awakening in the beginning of August of last year, and I have had quite some developments since. Full disclaimer, I am not a guru on the subject of spirituality, nor do I feel like I have the answers. I simply am sharing my story, in sorts of documenting it for myself, maybe in hopes of tapping into a community of sorts. I don't know, sometimes I feel alone. I question my own sanity, and I'm sure my family questions my sanity as well. So, I am hoping to find like minded people so we can hopefully help each other out on our journeys. You know, we can journey together, holding hands and skipping along the way. So, my friends, please have patience with me. I am a human. I do have feelings, and this is all very, very new to me. Like, I feel like I have a billion questions, and over the years, I've been through a lot. And it's been taking me a long time to get to where I'm at. You know, as we move through this existence, what we here call life, you feel as though each day passing as you age, you gain this experience, this wisdom, and, older and wiser, it comes to mind. You start feeling more confident in your decisions. You might take calculated risks, you give sound advice, or you think that you are helping somebody, I don't know. So, anyways, let's dive back a little bit. In my teenage years, I was introduced to like synchronicities, which later turned into dabbling with numerology. And by dabbling, I mean like just very, very basic, nothing, you know, going into great details of all of that. Um, then later it evolved into angel numbers, and I can honestly say I never remember any of them, and I constantly have to look it up, even till this day, which is pretty funny and sad on its own. A dear friend of mine has actually been like planting these little seeds in my head for like the last 10, 20 years, God even knows how long. All about positive thinking, manifestation, Abraham Hicks, mindfulness, angel numbers, protective bubbles, chakras, But she did it very, very carefully and very tactfully, really. Um, and as I think about this now, with what I've seen and what I know, she really knew me. She looked past all of that, and she really knew the real me. And it's funny because I kind of realized that even in the moments that I didn't even know myself, she knew me. So let's look back even further. I was born into a family with like a plethora of religions, but at the same time, like my country was just coming out of communism, and religion was really a no-no. And it wasn't deemed as important, I guess, as it was in different parts of the world, I guess. Um, like my parents raised me to be kind and caring and compassionate. There was never really any room for judgment or racism or ridicule. It was always treat others how you wish to be treated yourself. And honestly, you guys, my religious beliefs were never questioned up until I married a Catholic boy. Now, my mom is Catholic and she's non practicing, I mind you. I do believe in God and I believe in a higher power. But I've been told by certain religious figures in my life that because I don't have a religion, I have had no depth. Like, no morals, or for that matter, probably no values. Kind of was told that I was a nobody, even if it was in a joking manner. But it still stung me a little bit. In fact, To be quite honest with you, I was like, looking back, we were about to baptize my firstborn, and we went to a church meeting. And once they found out that I was not Catholic, they would look past me. And I would ask questions, and it'd be crickets, really. And then my husband would repeat exactly what I've said, and they would look straight at him and answer the same questions or whatever it was. So I really question, like, how was their moral compass? Like, I thought religions do not judge. How are they better human than me? You know? Why is it that they say 5 Hail Marys and ultimately they're forgiven and they're accepted into kingdom of heaven while they're destroying someone mentally? But you ask yourself, what about me? Well, to them, I was a piece of garbage. And it wasn't because of my actions. It wasn't because of anything that I did. It was simply because I wasn't put through a ceremony as an infant. So, to be fair, I see the structures now, and I see the programming, and I see all of that, and it blows my mind, really. So, but back then, eventually, I ended up getting kind of peer pressured into getting baptized. And to be fair, I met some very incredible people. I'm not judging by no means. There's incredible people in, I think, every religion, every part of the world, every nook and cranny, you know, and those people are still very dear to me. But if honestly speaking, I only did it out of the love for my husband and my children. Would it have been easier for them to accept me for who I am? Probably. But if it was what made them happy at the moment, I am very happy. But as far as I go, it really didn't change me. It didn't change the essence of me. It didn't change my beliefs, and it most certainly did not change my values. What ultimately changed me, it shook me to my core and beyond, was the experience that I had last year and everything that I felt that I knew. I fear now that I don't. And even though I'm kind of sort of in the beginning of my journey, I've integrated a lot. So I can't say I'm like a fresh new beginner, but anyways, a lot has happened, and I've been kind of just pummeling through, I guess. But honestly, I have been called to document all of this, and I'm very terrible at it. So right now, as I'm like trying to make notes of what had happened, I'm like, did that happen? Or look back and look at my texts and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's been great. But anyways, I've been called to document it, and if not for anyone else, but just like for myself, I need to share my story. And I hope that it resonates with even one person out there that might find solace in knowing that, they're not alone in this, that somebody is out there. I get it when you actually think that you know things and you settle in and you like least expect it, the universe kind of pulls the rug from underneath you and it knocks you on your butt. And what you thought you knew, you really don't. But what is shown to you gives you so much clarification, but it also confuses you all at the same time. You question your sanity. It's really painful and heart-wrenching, but at the same time, it's so divinely beautiful. It is so peaceful. It is so calming. The visions, the revelations, the remembering, the epiphanies, the synchronicities, the divine timing. Good Lord, all of that. I know I'm forgetting stuff, but it all kind of seems to suddenly click. Like it starts to make sense, but oddly enough, it confuses you all at the same time. And it becomes this beautiful world where everything ties in, but at the same time, nothing seems relevant anymore. And it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to put into words to people that haven't gone through it. So I'm going to try my best. I have some stories or episodes lined up that I would like to share, if you'll hear me out. um, I also have some guided meditations that I have written, and I use them myself. Like I honestly, I will write them down. I went down the Udemy rabbit hole of a whole bunch of different lessons and this and that, and it's just whatever I was felt that I was called for at the moment. I'm like, yes, I'm going to learn more about that. So, and one of them was how to write your meditations. So I have written some meditations, and I would record them and I would edit them, and I would sit there and try and do my own meditations. Because sometimes I'm just all over the place, really, with my mind. So I need that guidance. Now I realize that some people, they need more time between, breaths, and they need more time this and that. Some people don't need as much time. And I understand why some people can't resonate with guided meditations. So if my timing is off on them, I really sincerely apologize. It was just what worked in the moment for me. Um, I also was called to make a few oracle decks for myself. So I'm hoping, even though I'm not a great channeler by no means, I am dabbling with it. I am starting to learn it a little bit. So have a little compassion for me, a little bit of, if it doesn't resonate with you, by no means am I begging you to stick around. That's okay. Find your tribe. I'm just looking for mine. So that's what I'm hoping this channel will evolve into. What it will actually evolve into, who knows? But I'll be honest, if I help one person out on their journey, I will feel complete. So, because all I had was literally my sister and one of my friends at work that I could honestly talk to without judgment, without fear, without anything. So, if you would like, please tune in. There's going to be so much more. If you're still sitting here listening to me blabbering on, I really do appreciate you, and thank you so much. I will be releasing some more videos, so stay tuned. Thank you. Lots of love. Bye-bye.